Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at KTALnews.com. I'm meteorologist Josh Morses with your Monday morning forecast update. Going to be a rainy, kind of messy Memorial Day for us, especially this morning as we have a strong line of storms about to swing through here. On the lookout for some flash flooding, maybe even some wind damage with a few of the storms that are out there. So first half of the day, I would just recommend staying inside and avoiding any travel or just being out on the roadways. Already getting some flood reports in this morning. Flood watch in effect through 7 a.m. tomorrow. Again, heaviest rain coming through early today, but we could see some additional storms later tonight and maybe through tomorrow morning as well. Some active weather on the way as we continue through the week here. So we're watching, again, a line of storms to the west of us. There is a few tornado warnings over towards the Tyler, Texas area this morning, and these storms will kind of come together and sweep across the Arklatex this morning. I think if we see any wind damage, at least in the short term, it would be here in East Texas and Louisiana. Flooding will be the main concern for folks in Arkansas as well as Oklahoma. And what's triggering all this is this front that's to the north of us, triggering this round of storms that's pushing through early this morning. So as far as the weather outlook for us today, the Storm Prediction Center, they have that level 2 slight risk. Again, wind and hail will be the main issue for us this morning, but occasionally we get some outflows from the earlier storms that were out there late last night, early this morning, and some of the storms interacting with each other, causing a little bit of rotation. So the tornado threat is low, but as we've seen this morning, a couple of tornado warnings just to the west of us. So I can't rule out maybe a few brief tornadoes this morning as well, but wind is going to be the main issue along with some flooding. So there will be some flooded roadways out there through the first half of the day. So let me give you a look at your Robins to future cast. It does show that heavy rain continuing likely through the mid to late morning here, and you can see those storms really pushing through Louisiana after sunrise here. So we could see some wind damage and some heavy rain with the storms that are out there. And I can't rule out maybe a few scattered storms lingering this afternoon, but generally we should see a decrease in the storm activity once we get past lunchtime today. But again, any storms that redevelop this afternoon will have, again, the ingredients there to potentially see some additional severe weather, and that's what you're seeing with those storms kind of moving out of the Dallas area later tonight. So again, I can't rule out some additional severe weather coming through this evening or maybe even tonight or tomorrow. The severe weather threat tomorrow should really begin to shift to the southeast here, but we're still going to be on the lookout for some pockets of heavy rain. In fact, Futurecast this morning, latest runs of that have showed some 2 to 4 inch accumulations from Shreveport down through DeSoto Parish, and I'm definitely buying into that given what we've seen with some of the other heavier rain totals in the last 24 hours or so. So already getting some flood reports in this morning in some of the roads here in Shreveport. That will be a big issue for us through the morning. Thankfully, holiday today, so hopefully not too many folks on the road here. And the 7-day rainfall projection showing about 2 to 3 inches of rain for most of the Arklatex area. I actually think that's underdone because we're going to see this active weather through probably the end of the week here. Heaviest rain early in the week, but we'll likely see some scattered storms Wednesday through Friday. That will keep us below 90. Again, we were in the 90s over the weekend, and most of last week rain this week should cool our highs back into the 70s and 80s. Again, the flood watch goes away tomorrow morning, but we'll likely see a few scattered storms each day, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday as well. I do have the rain tapering somewhat this weekend. I haven't completely taken it out of the forecast, but again, your highs staying below 90 degrees for most of the week.